Hey guys, I want to let you know that our medical gear is back in stock. You can find it at tacticalrifleman.com. We've got cat servant tourniquets. You know you need to have one of them, but we also got our TR EDC med kits. These are vacuum sealed, packed by North American Rescue. They have got their 4-inch mini responder dressing, a 2-pack of hyphen vented chest seals, roll of 100 inches of 100-mile-an-hour tape, duct tape for sealing those wounds and stuff, set of large gloves, and then if you get the basic kit, it's got a roll of compressed gauze, literally a whole roll of gauze for packing wounds in that little pack right there, vacuum sealed. If you go with the advanced kit, it is filled with quick clot gauze. Same thing, it's gauze, it's just impregnated with the quick clot agent. Again, good stuff, vacuum sealed, approved by TSA to carry on planes, going to schools, kids' book bags, whatever. You can check them out at tacticalrifleman.com. Go to our store there. Hey guys, I want to let you know that our medical gear is back in stock. You can find it at tacticalrifleman.com. We've got cat servant tourniquets. You know you need to have one of them, but we also got our TR EDC med kits. These are vacuum sealed, packed by North American Rescue. They have got their 4-inch mini responder dressing, a 2-pack of hyphen vented chest seals, roll of 100 inches of 100-mile-an-hour tape, duct tape for sealing those wounds and stuff, set of large gloves, and then if you get the basic kit, it's got a roll of compressed gauze, literally a whole roll of gauze for packing wounds in that little pack right there, vacuum sealed. If you go with the advanced kit, it is filled with quick clot gauze. Same thing, it's gauze, it's just impregnated with the quick clot agent. Again, good stuff, vacuum sealed, approved by TSA to carry on planes, going to schools, kids' book bags, whatever. You can check them out at tacticalrifleman.com. Go to our store there. Hey guys, I want to let you know that our medical gear is back in stock. You can find it at tacticalrifleman.com. We've got cat servant tourniquets. You know you need to have one of them, but we also got our TR EDC med kits. These are vacuum sealed, packed by North American Rescue. They have got their 4-inch mini responder dressing, a 2-pack of hyphen vented chest seals, roll of 100 inches of 100-mile-an-hour tape, duct tape for sealing those wounds and stuff, set of large gloves, and then if you get the basic kit, it's got a roll of compressed gauze, literally a whole roll of gauze for packing wounds in that little pack right there, vacuum sealed. If you go with the advanced kit, it is filled with quick clot gauze. Same thing, it's gauze, it's just impregnated with the quick clot agent. Again, good stuff, vacuum sealed, approved by TSA to carry on planes, going to schools, kids' book bags, whatever. You can check them out at tacticalrifleman.com. Go to our store there. Hey guys, I want to let you know that our medical gear is back in stock. You can find it at tacticalrifleman.com. We've got cat serve and tourniquets. You know you need to have one of them, but we also got our TR EDC med kits. These are vacuum sealed, packed by North American Rescue. They have got their 4-inch mini responder dressing, a 2-pack of hyphen vented chest seals, roll of 100 inches of 100-mile-an-hour tape, duct tape for sealing those wounds and stuff, set of large gloves, and then if you get the basic kit, it's got a roll of compressed gauze, literally a whole roll of gauze for packing wounds in that little pack right there, vacuum sealed. If you go with the advanced kit, it is filled with quick clot gauze. Same thing, it's gauze, it's just impregnated with the quick clot agent. Again, good stuff, vacuum sealed, approved by TSA to carry on planes, going to schools, kids' book bags, whatever. You can check them out at tacticalrifleman.com. Go to our store there. Hey guys, I want to let you know that our medical gear is back in stock. You can find it at tacticalrifleman.com. We've got cat serve and tourniquets. You know you need to have one of them, but we also got our TR EDC med kits. These are vacuum sealed, packed by North American Rescue. They have got their 4-inch mini responder dressing, a 2-pack of hyphen vented chest seals, roll of 100 inches of 100-mile-an-hour tape, duct tape for sealing those wounds and stuff, set of large gloves, and then if you get the basic kit, it's got a roll of compressed gauze, literally a whole roll of gauze for packing wounds in that little pack right there, vacuum sealed. If you go with the advanced kit, it is filled with quick clot gauze. Same thing, it's gauze, it's just impregnated with the quick clot agent. Again, good stuff, vacuum sealed, approved by TSA to carry on planes, going to schools, kids' book bags, whatever. You can check them out at tacticalrifleman.com. Go to our store there. Hey guys, I want to let you know that our medical gear is back in stock.
Incoming right there.
Just want to make sure that the YouTube.
I don't care what YouTube says. Do you guys care what YouTube says? I don't care what YouTube says. Hey guys, we are here at the Leatherwood Distillery. I'm going to bring this down just a little bit. We're having issues with cameras and Wi-Fi, and that's the story of my life. So anyways, we are here at the Leatherwood Distillery. This is the part where I ask you guys if you can hear me okay. I'm hoping that you can. All right, so just let me know. Put it in the chat room. All right, I'm going to try not to bump the table, right, because that would suck. That's going to make this a really long, busy live stream. Right, but anyways, we are here in Clarksville, Tennessee, right outside of Fort Campbell, Kentucky. We're at the Leatherwood Distillery. You'll notice the bar behind me. The sad part is to the side, there's a whole wall of little pictures of all the guys from 5th Group that have been killed in the global war on terror. It kind of sucks. But while I was standing here, while Nick was booting up the cameras, I was over there looking at him. And you got guys like Hollyman that I went through school with, and Marcus Foster, great buddy of mine. I was on my A-team, dead. Ben Thierry, the captain on my A-team, dead. You know, there's just there's a lot of guys on the wall over there that I was really, really good friends with, and that's part of playing the game. So anyways, we love having you guys here. I'm going to bring Steve Holland on here in a second. This is going to suck. I keep bumping this table. I should have got a more stable table. All right, here's the deal. I got my phone. You guys have comments, things like that. You put them in the chat room, and my moderators will get them to me. Steve says he wants to talk about, Nick, what you need? You good? Yes. Okay. All right. I guess he don't need it. He's borrowing my Jeep. He's going to take his girlfriend and go get some food. So I started a tab here. We've got a couple patrons here. All right. I got Mike Quigley, one of my been a patron for a long time. He just rolled in with his dog that he got from Travis. And it's always good to have patrons around us here. Jay Johnson just rolled in from my very first A-team. Wow, Jay, how
Gotta
you doing?
Get a drink. How you doing?
I started a tab, so you go help yourself. All right, good stuff indeed. Steve's is texting everybody, letting everybody know that we are doing a live stream, of course. Hey, real quick though, I want to let you guys know, I've actually got one of these here. It should say home defense pistol, right? And that's so cool. All right, so home defense pistol, that is in February. Home defense pistol 1, home defense pistol 2. It's at the Louisville Armory. I've got, I think, 3 slots left for that class, 2 or 3. So it's a great class if you want to do any training at all in the winter. Right, you understand they got snow out there right now, but it's an indoor range. It's heated, along with the classroom. It's heated. The shoot house is heated. So, anyways, it's the perfect class for you to take. It's also a good class for you to bring your spouse to. No drawing of the pistol. This is all weapon at the ready. The home alarm's already gone off. The dogs are already barking. And it's a great, great class. I've got a couple slots left, so I want to throw that out there, that class is out there. All right, next class I wanted to pitch was my March classes. March classes I'm doing, and again, I have tactical drone defense that no one has signed up for yet, guys. Literally, this is, of all the classes I teach, this is the one I think everybody should be signing up for. And I don't even teach this one. Byron Russell teaches this one. Awesome class. Also in March, Montgomery County Shooting Complex, I have got Battle Rifle 1, Carbine Zero Mastery, Combat Pistol Carbine, and Combat Pistol 101. All those classes at the Louisville Armory, all back to back. You don't have to sign up for all of them. You can take one. You can take all of them if you want. I've only got like just a couple of people signed up, and I was like, March is not that far away. I probably should have started promoting this a while ago, but anyways, that's is what it is, So if you want to sign up for these classes, tacticalrifleman.com. Again, those are at the Montgomery County Shooting Complex here in Tennessee. About 20 minutes from where we're sitting right now. It's an hour from my house, but it's only about 20 minutes from Randy's house. Randy's going to be one of my big instructors out there. Good stuff indeed. All right, I got to burn my mouse, put my mouse right there. I got other notes. We'll get these out of the way. Again, if you guys have got good questions, put them in the chat room. My moderators will pitch them to me. Got a few guys here I want to bring up on screen. Kim Bree, this is like a Green Beret reunion in here. But you notice they're all staying off screen. I should turn the camera so you guys can see them. Like all the tables are filled except for the ones behind me. Quiet professionals and all. anyways, that's cool. That's cool. That's what they want to do. Guys, out in Texas, I have the same classes, combat pistol carbine Friday, and then pistol carbine is Saturday and Sunday. That's right. It's a beautiful range right outside of San Antonio, Texas, a little northeast of that. Those are in early April, and I've got tons of slots open for that. So if that's your part of the country, sign up for them before they fill up. The CQB and home defense class completely sold out already, completely sold out. But the combat pistol carbine are still open in Texas. That's April. I come back from there 3 days later. We are doing tactical precision rifle. That is here at Cedar Creek Precision in Kentucky. 2-day tactical precision rifle. I don't call it a sniper class because, one, that's politically incorrect, but two, our sniper schools are 6 to 9 weeks long. This is a 2-day class. Now, I don't just call it precision rifle, I call it tactical precision rifle because I get into shooting on the assault countdown. I get into shooting the T-box. I get into tracking human moving targets. We're actually going to have a role player out there walking around with the AK. No, you don't get to shoot live ammo at him. But we do have an unknown distance range that goes out to 1,000 meters, and you're going to be learning all the environmental factors, humidity, barometric pressure, elevation above sea level, temperature, what all these effects have on your bullet. But the big one's wind. You'll be gathering data on your guns out there, but more importantly, you'll be learning what all of this stuff does to the trajectory of your bullet. So then when you have that data in your PDA or your phone or your ballistic calculator, whatever it is, you know how that computer's getting that information. So it's a great, great class, tactical precision rifle. 2-day class, been having a lot of requests for that one. So I finally found a good sniper range that I can do it on. That is going to be, again, second week of April, something like that. 3 days after that, we're back doing, back at Montgomery County Shooting Complex, and we'll be, again, we're back doing all of the class. I got a lot of training going on this spring. Combat pistol carbine zero mastery, battle rifle 1. All these classes are going to be in April also. Don't even get me started on May yet. I do want to talk about May, Mountain Readiness, but I will wait till I get Randy up here on screen. All right, let's see, who do we want to have first? Who do we want to have first? My moderators haven't sent me any notes yet. So, Randy, come on, you ready? Come snuggle. Randy Rawhide West from Worst Case Scenario Survival School. All right, you think you can clip that on your melon without fucking it up? No? Probably not.
Apple Baker Charlie, Apple Baker Charlie.
Alpha, we're going to back up a little bit. All right, come snuggle with me. Come snuggle. You got it? All right.
There we
are. I know Randy wants to hide. Why don't I just turn the freaking camera a little bit, right? Guys, the camera actually turns, or it's supposed to anyway. All right, Randy. You good with that? That's not good either. Guys, I'm trying to get Randy in frame. That's a little better.
Yeah, that's pretty tough.
That's gonna be as good as we get, right? As good as we get. All right, guys. A lot of you have been asking me about the Patreon course. Some of you guys have been asking me about Mountain Readiness, and what we talk about when we say Mountain Readiness. Mountain Readiness Expo. It is up in North Carolina, and you can find the details on it if you go to mountainreadiness.com. Right. That said, what it is it's a Friday, Saturday, half day, Sunday. You pay a little fee. We're all camping out there, but there's like 30, 40. How you doing, buddy? Doing good? I was kind of liking that.
He kissed me, man.
Now, I like it because they've got all these other instructors out there. Randy's going to be there this year doing a bunch of survival classes. But they've, like Angry American's going to be there. Alan Kay, the guy that won the first season of the TV show Alone, the TV competition Alone. First season winner was this guy named Alan Kay. Great survival instructor. A lot of my patrons know him. Alan is good people. He's going to be there teaching this year. Bunch of great. Bear from Refuge Medical is going to be there. He's great people. And it was a bunch of great classes. What I like is it's little seminars, little 1 hour, 2 hour classes. So like my wife last year, while I was teaching, she went and took one on how to make herbal infused honey for medicinal purposes. You know, I have honeybees. This was something that my wife wanted to learn. And they had chicken slaughtering and all kinds of stuff. My wife had a blast. We camped out there. Everybody camped out. We had our campers. We had a bunch of other patrons there. And we got together at night around the campfire, and we had a legitimately great time. I did this one class, 2 hours long, women's only AR-15. No live ammo, no targets or nothing, but why would I do that? I did it because all you rednecks out there, all you concerned and capable citizens, like this monkey boy right here, say, honey, this is your rifle. If anything ever happens, this one's yours. Nobody ever takes their poor wives to the range. The wives don't want to go because they're intimidated. So anyways, I don't allow any of the husbands to be there. The wife comes with her rifle, 2 empty magazines. I provide all the dummy rounds. And we go over how to load, unload, how to do immediate action, remedial action for malfunction, standing, kneeling, prone, all kinds of other fun drills. And none of the husbands are there to bug the wives. And we had such a great time that according to Toombs from Mountain Readiness, Bob Toombs, the guy that puts it on, he's like, Carl, that was like one of the most requested classes for us to repeat in 2025. So anyways, it's on the calendar. We're gonna do off-road recovery, how to use a winch, high lift jack, all that stuff. Kinetic and static recovery lines, all kinds of fun stuff. How to set up your AR, how to set up your body armor. Randy, what kind of classes are you gonna be doing?
Well, what I'm gonna do is, I'm not really gonna be starting any fires, I don't think. We'll see.
Yeah,
but
you can start fires there, dude. Is that what you wanna do?
what I'm gonna do is lay out all the different methods that you can use to start fires, not build it. I'll show why I use the Lincoln log method. And then I'm gonna lay all that out. I'll lay out different cutting tools, talk about why you can use them, what you can use them for, a couple of different backpacks, medical gear, because what I've seen is people go out in the woods and they forget about medical gear.
This guy was to tell you to quit beating on the table with your hands.
Sorry. This guy's a medic, so he's got that down, so is his family, but a lot of people don't. And the I was pray, that's what tuned me into, I better start covering stuff on medical stuff. So I'll have that. 2 other things, I'll have 2 different pellet rifles there. My slingshot you can shoot arrows with, different small compact stuff that you can take out and do emergency hunting with, kill game, not make any signature, any noise. And then Red River Tactical Holsters here in Clarksville, Tennessee. The company, he gets this binocular case from. So I had him buy me one, and on the bottom of it, you can put your pistol. And I don't use semi-automatics when I go to the woods. I use revolvers. So the problem is they didn't have an FFL license, but I live here, so I can take my guns to him. So he's building the holsters. But what he's doing for me, call me, and everybody I know uses Safariland, and it comes with blade check hookup system. Well, the problem is without Safariland, then I can't take it and put it on my holster if I wanted. So he's doing the modifications, so if you want it, it will have Safariland on it. He's got to do that. So I can take it right from, it's right underneath the bino cover. It's really pretty cool. Carl hasn't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it yet.
And then if you want to put it on your holster, on your belt, you can. So I'm going to demonstrate that too. And then I'll talk about clothing, which is really important. That's one of the things I found out as being a fireman and going up finding people frozen to death. So I'll cover a little bit of that. And then if there's time and people want it, which is a huge pain for me, because when I say I got more survival, rescue, and medical gear in my vehicle, I challenge anybody to beat me that doesn't just have a regular pickup, not a camper shell. Okay.
All he's got's a toolbox in the back.
I got a toolbox. You can have a toolbox.
It's a big,
yeah.
It's packed to the gills, guys. It really is. All right, so anyways, Mountain Readiness, lots of great classes. You pay one fee, and you get to you can walk around. You don't like a class, you can get up and walk out, go to another class. And so my wife said, Carl, you can only work half days now because I want you to take some of these other classes with him. I'm like, okay, we'll see. All right, probably will. I'll do half day, and then Randy can do half a day, and we'll squeeze in a lot of classes that way. And he don't need me there when he's showing, what stuff he has in his truck. I'm just twiddling my thumb. Just easy stuff. It is easy stuff. I am looking forward to going and taking a lot of the other classes, and I encourage you guys to do it too. You sign up at mountainreadiness.com. And while you're there, you can reserve campsites. The campsites are free, at least I think so. But the area near us has already been, everybody has already reserved campsites where we are. I'm hoping we're supposed to be in the same place we were last year.
Hope so.
Now, that said, it's done Sunday a little bit after lunch, right? Because everybody wants to drive home in the afternoons. Okay, that's cool. We're not. We are driving to a range with the Target trailer, and we're going to set up for 5 more days of tactical rifleman classes. So if you want to take Combat Pistol 101, you want to take Combat Pistol Carbine, you want to take Carbine Zero Mastery, you want to take Battle Rifle 1, you can come to Mountain Readiness. You're already there, you're already camping out, you're already hanging out with us. You can stay and then go do these classes. Now, our classes, you don't pay through Mountain Readiness. You pay through tacticalrifleman.com, our website. All right, our classes are not included, but I don't make any money off of Mountain Readiness. I think Mountain Readiness is so awesome, bringing everybody together, that I'm like, look, I don't need to be paid for doing this. I will do my classes afterwards. That way, when people come into town, we can do it. And here's what I like about it: is 2 years ago we did a Patreon course. And every year I lose money on Patreon. And if you're a businessman, you realize if you're doing a 4 or 5 day class, you should not be losing any money. That's not good business. I have to pay all the instructors. I have to rent Beaumont Ranch. I have to rent all the ranges. But I should not be losing money. What I like about Mountain Readiness is it's even longer. Instead of it being 4 days, if you stay for the tactical rifleman classes, it basically works out to the same cost for you. But now you're there for 8 days instead of 4 days, and we're hanging out. I get to go to the classes with you. I get to hang out with everybody at night, hang out, go to dinners or whatever. And last year I had Fred and Maria. I had Karen and Toby there. I had Ramblin' Man there. Moody 2 came and rolled in. I just had a bunch of patrons, and we still had instructors there. I had Randy there. I had Emery there. We had Chris Weatherman there. I had Byron Russell was there. I still had a bunch of TR instructors. Sue LaRue was there. And Sue's going to be there again this year. So it's going to be a great, great time. And to me, I'm not losing any money, and I'm actually making money when people sign up for the 5-day classes at the end. I'm not making a lot of money, but it can justify me doing it. But the biggest selling point for me is you're not just doing classes with me and Randy and Sue LaRue. If you go, I've already heard Randy's spiel on what he keeps in his vehicle. I've already done classes with Carl. I don't need to do women's only AR-15. You know, Karen and Maria, they can already do all that. They don't need it. There's 20 or 30 other classes they can go do. They can go do how to slaughter and prepare pigs. They can go do hot water boiling canning. You know, they can go do, there's so many other classes going on. And so anyways, I'm excited about it. That's in May, beginning of May. I want to say it's like 2, 3, 4, something like that. Don't quote me on the dates. But our classes are the 5 days right after that. It's going to be a good time. And yeah, without a doubt, it's going to be a good time. I'm hoping David Bourbon will bring us another case of Vidalia onions. Remember?
Yeah.
Those were good. Everybody got to bring onions home. And me and the wife, we freeze dried half that case, David. We did.
His stuff about the honey herb stuff, my question is, you know what I think? You get this honey herb stuff, I really don't know a lot about, but I grew up with essential oils. My wife still does that. But I think he's putting in a little bit of maybe alcohol and then drinking it for medicinal purpose. That's kind of my take on that.
But you can, honey lasts forever, all right?
Yeah.
Honey, straight honey, you can put on burns. It's not an antibiotic, but it is a medium that nothing can grow in. So in other words, those infections aren't going to get worse, basically. All right, honey is great to put on burns, stuff like that. But then you start adding medicines to it, and you're able to make salves that you can put on wounds. You're able to make drinks, like he's saying. You take your tea, put medicinal honey in it, or alcohol with medicinal honey in it, and you're still getting them. So, anyways, I think me and Randy should go sit through that class.
Yeah, I like. There's a lot of good classes.
You go look at the list of instructors at Mountain Readiness. It's already up on their website, and it'll freak you out, man. It really will. I got a question here from B. Rich. Will there be a Battle Rifle 2 class this year? Why haven't I put Battle Rifle 2 on the course? Battle Rifle 1, I've already mentioned it, that I'm doing it 3 times before the 4th of July. And then I have it on the calendar a few more times after the 4th of July. Why haven't I put Battle Rifle 2 on? That is an excellent question. And what I tell people is you can't do Battle Rifle 2 until you've done Battle Rifle 1. And right now, I taught Battle Rifle 1 4 times last year. It was a new class last year. But if I offered Battle Rifle 2 this spring, I don't have anybody signed up for Battle Rifle 1 yet. I don't have a single, I take that back. I got 2 people signed up for it. I think they're signed up for the April class. You understand that means only 2 people could take it if I put Battle Rifle 2 up right behind it. Plus the people that took it last year, I got that. But my big thing is I will add it later in the year if I start getting people signed up for it. Because whatever date I put it, a lot of people may not be able to get those days off. So for those you want to know, Battle Rifle 1, all the targets are 50 to 300 meters, right? And the reason for that is I know everybody wants to do pew-pew. That's what everybody wants to do. Everybody wants to stand 3 meters from the target and do CQB stuff and look cool on Instagram and Facebook. But the reality is, why would you fight at pistol distances when you've got a rifle that is good at 300 meters? But the reality is, if you don't practice out to 300, you're not going to hit anything. Okay. So I had a lot of people that were asking, hey, Carla, we want more tactics. Tactics. We want more tactics. And if you've done our advanced pistol carbine course, we get into a little bit, you're moving as a buddy team. And then we get into moving as 2 buddy teams. So basically 4 guys moving in groups of 2. You're starting to get into tactics now. So the goal for battle rifle is, okay, let me start doing fire team tactics. But it's not just shoot, move, communicate. You have to have a tactical mindset. You need to be thinking drones, artillery, enemy reconnaissance, your thermal signature, and then if you get into contact, you need to start thinking suppressive fire and precision fire, okay, and teamwork. So as I started to build it, and I have Battle Rifle 2 completely planned out already, so I thought about it to teach that, because that's what everybody wants. I know that's what you want. Before you could do that, I made a list of what do people need to know, or what would I want them to know if I was going to have you be on my team doing tactical movement. And I thought about it, and I was like, they need to learn more than one. I need you to be able to hit at 300, but I need you to understand the tactics end of it, but the mindset. When I start talking precision fires and suppressive fire, and the tactics of shooting on a countdown, a short count, instead of just making it a free-for-all. 5 guys against 5 guys, a free-for-all, once that first guy shoots, everybody goes to ground, then that's a fair fight, right? But if you've got the drop on them, you shoot, you go prone, you shoot while they're all standing up still. Once the first bullet goes off, they're all prone. No, time it, do it. Anyways, so Battle Rifle 1 is everything that I want guys to have before we start getting into the actual tactics. So anyway, it's a fun course. You helped me teach it a couple times this year. You enjoy it? It's a good class?
Yeah, it is, but here's the thing. We spent our whole careers doing this. No matter what Carl comes up with, our stuff is repeated over years, and we would train weeks at a time. I'm going to ask Carl if he thinks it's a good idea. Do you think they should get the Ranger Handbook and look through that thing a little bit, or is that too much?
You can download not just the Ranger Handbook, guys. There's another one out there that's called FM. Write down FM. Philip, I know you're writing down on your list right now. FM 7-8.
Oh, okay.
And what that is basic movement techniques for the U.S. Army Infantry. And it's called 7-8, Field Manual 7-8. And that's easy. That's easy. You guys can look for it. The problem with it, though, is if that's all that you do is look at 7-8 and you go out with 5 of your buddies and you're out at the range or whatever, and you think you're doing it right, and it looks like what they do in the movies. Yeah, man, we got this. We don't need to go in the Army. We don't need to go in the National Guard. Chances are you're missing a lot of the fine points, and that's why it's good to actually have the instructor. And that's what we teach. The whole job of a Green Beret is to go over to other countries in peacetime and teach them to fight for themselves. So that's what we taught with small unit tactics. I was in Ethiopia one year teaching the Ethiopian infantry small unit tactics. The problem, though, was Randy and his company, he was in a different SF company, they were in the neighboring country of Eritrea teaching the same classes, right? So the problem, though, was his classes got done 2 weeks before mine. So as soon as Randy and his company got on that C-5 Galaxy to fly back to the States, as soon as all the Americans were out of the country, Eritrea attacked Ethiopia. And it never made the news, never made CNN. Why? Because the reality is nobody in America cares that Africans are killing Africans. Nobody cares. It's tragic, but that's just the truth. So here's poor, I think it was an E7 by then. Here's Sergeant First Class Erickson in Ethiopia, all of a sudden the next day, when my students were bored sitting in the bleachers, the next morning I've got MiGs strafing the runway, Hind Bravo gunships flying around, and I'm like, look, today I'm going to do a demonstration, an explanation, we're going to do a practical application, and then the next time you do this, it's probably going to be on the front line with people shooting live ammo at you. I was drawing combat pay. And the cool part was, because it was like the 28th of whatever month it was, because it went into like the 3rd of the next month. I was only there like an extra 3 days. But I got 2 months of combat pay. But that's the way the government works. That's the way it works.
But I swear I didn't know they were going to attack. But I didn't know they were in Ethiopia. I didn't know that.
I didn't know he was in Eritrea until afterwards.
Yeah.
All right, but I got bragging right. Ethiopia won.
Oh, right? Man.
Ethiopia won. All right, admit it. Ethiopia beat Eritrea's ass. And actually, they had the same stalemate. They stayed in the same spot. It's kind of like the gangs in Chicago. They don't actually gain ground. They just send more innocent civilians to the war.
It was pretty cool, though.
It was cool. All right, so anyways, that long answer to a short question. Is there going to be a Battle Rifle 2 this year? If enough people sign up for Battle Rifle 1, I will add it probably October. But as of right now, it is not on the calendar, and I will wait until spring 2026. All right, but for sure, I will offer it in 2026 because I will have had enough people that have taken the class by then. But right now, I don't do large classes, guys. All right, I had another one come in. Randy, how close is too close to place the wicks in your Randy candles? You know, when you make your round. How many candles you putting on?
If the
Alto's can.
The can, Alto's can, 4.
4 wicks.
Two on each end, just slightly inside. You don't want them right up against the outside.
How about the big, I call them shoe polish
cans?
Oh,
that's for my dog collar thing.
Cans,
that's got 9 in there because that's for heat. That's for heat. And also for like.
You only had like 5 wicks in it. You put 9 in it?
Yeah, there's 9 in it.
He wants me to freeze my ass off. Excellent question, dude. Excellent question. Guys, you got Randy sitting here. I don't have him on live stream very often.
Back when we're talking about Battle Rifle 2, they give you, there's like a bazillion things that are trained into us. One, your camouflage, showing your hands, your face, how we walk through the woods, how you eliminate making noise, what you look for pieces of, if it's people, you look for pieces of people or equipment. If it's animals, you look for pieces of animals. There's like a ton of stuff with it. We have to pay attention to the ground so we don't run into some type of IED or a booby trap. We have to pay attention to above us because they can be above. I've done that, been in trees and shot from the trees. There's just a ton of stuff that we have inside of us, but it wasn't done overnight. That's years of doing this stuff.
All right, I had another question come in from, let me make sure I get this right. All right, sorry guys, I'm trying here. All right, this is from Brad Easton. Hey Carl, what are your thoughts on using a Kestrel for precision long-range shooting? Are they worth the price? I'm thinking of buying one instead of using a phone app. Thanks. What he's talking about, guys, is a Kestrel wind meter. Wind meter is slang because it has a little propeller for reading winds. It's the real name though is it's a Kestrel weather station, right? Because it doesn't just sense wind speeds, it also senses barometric pressure, temperature, humidity, right? So are they worth it? Yes, and here's why, right? What he was talking about using his phone, and you'll see, and I have all the apps on my phone because it depends whatever the students are using. All right, but Applied Ballistics is loading right now. All right, but I have applied ballistics on my phone. I have a bunch of other ones on my phone. Applied Ballistic Munitions is a ballistic app, and what it does is it gathers local weather data off the internet. All right, and you can put in your data for your gun and everything: height over bore, twist rate, muzzle velocity, all this other stuff. Blah 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 blah. But it will get your local weather off the internet. Why? Because like local airstrips and stuff, they have weather stations. You can forecast what the weather is where you're at, pretty close. But it's not as close as actually having a Kestrel wind meter right there with you that's actually reading barometric pressure and temperature, all that stuff right there. All right, now, when you buy your Kestrel wind meter, and they're expensive, right? Hundreds of dollars. There will be an option. You can get it with, for example, you can get it with Applied Ballistics, the ballistic program actually in it, and you can put all your data in it. Don't rely just on that because it's hard to plug all that stuff in. I like using the one on my phone with the Kestrel wind meter simply because it's a lot easier to use the screen on my phone than it is to use that little push button screen, button left, button down, button right on a Kestrel wind meter. It doesn't have a touch screen, right? I'm big on Applied Ballistics. I run Applied Ballistics on my phone. I have Applied Ballistics in my wind meter in case my phone shits the bed. I also have Applied Ballistics. I thought I smelled something. How you doing? I also have Applied Ballistics in my SIG laser rangefinder. Right? I have Applied Ballistics in there. I don't use it. I use the one on my phone. Here's the importance of laser of the wind meter, guys. And you'll see all your precision rifle guys, they're checking the wind speeds and stuff. I want you to have that ability so when you sit there and you're holding this thing up and the little propeller's going around and you go, man, it's blowing 17 miles an hour right now. That's telling you what the winds are where you are at, all right? And that's not the wind that's affecting your bullet. What's affecting your bullet is all of the winds all the way down the target. If you're shooting a target 800 meters away, I need to know the winds all the way out there, not at the target, the bullet not going any further. But I need the winds. I like to read them at least 2/3 of the way out. But a lot of your pro shooters will tell you, well, the winds right here are the ones that affect it the most. Total bullshit. I can show you, and I've seen videos where they like blow on a marble rolling across the floor. I'm like, you fucking ass clowns. That is not how this shit works. You're blowing 10 times faster than the marble's rolling. Now think about what your bullet's doing. Your bullet's going 1,000 times faster than the wind is, right? It's not how it works. But if you can read what the winds are right here with a wind meter, and then you look with your spotting scope and you can read the mirage downrange, on a lot of open shooting ranges, the winds where you are at may be the same as they are down there. If you don't have any berms blocking stuff, the winds might be the same, in which case you could look down there and go, man, this is what a 17-mile-an-hour wind looks like. The wind, the trees are doing this, the grass is doing this, the mirage waves are doing this. It's good for training. Here's the number one con of people relying on a wind meter. Najaf 2004 is a great example. We had an enemy sniper, he's 450 meters away, shooting from a parking garage. The building we were in, we're on the 3rd story of this building. The enemy had a SVD with armor-piercing rounds. His bullet would easily go through one wall. So instead of just having a loophole for me to shoot through, we had to have a loophole, but then on the other side of the room, I had to have another loophole, and we had to shoot from 2 rooms deep inside the room, inside the building. That kept him from being able to shoot at us. He shot a SEAL's helmet. he shot a SEAL's blouse, DCU blouse he had hanging over a chair to dry. We had no air conditioning. It was 120 degrees out. None of us got shot. None of my guys got shot at all. But the SEALs kept getting plinked at. They were on a different floor. My reason for saying this is if you're 2 rooms deep inside a building, shooting through a hole this big, you think my Kestrel wind meter is telling me what the wind's actually doing out there, outside the building? Think about that for a second.
Well, you get Sulu to run down range with one.
That was the same day. I used Sularoo for bait out there. I had him running back and forth on the soccer field. You know, he could have held a wind meter for me, couldn't he?
There you go.
Hadn't thought of that. All right, so you see why I don't rely just on a Kestrel wind meter. But for in training, the Kestrel wind meter, I think I own 3 of them. Different generations. One's got ATRAG in it, which was like the Horus program. One's got applied ballistics, and one doesn't have any ballistic software in it at all. It still works great. And then I got a bigger one that was basically made for parachuting, taking the winds on the drop zone. But it actually is more accurate reading winds than the Kestrel is, because it has a larger propeller. So anyways, pros and cons, but why do I need to know temperature, barometric pressure, things like that? And again, a lot of people will tell you it doesn't matter. Steve mentioned it earlier that we had, Steve, how many degrees temperature drop today? 27 degree temperature drop today from height of the day to right now. The temperatures dropped a lot. Every 20 degree change in temperature is 1 minute of angle change in the dope of your gun. All right, now I want that to sink in. So if you zeroed your gun and it was 80 degrees outside, and then you go hunting in Montana and it is 40 degrees outside, that is a 40 degree temperature drop. That is 2 minutes of angle. All right, now it gets better. Let's say you're shooting at that deer or that elk at 400 meters. That's 4 times 2 minutes of angle. Guys, that is a 8-inch, you understand, you're shooting at the side of that deer's body or that elk's body. That is an 8-inch difference just because the temperature drop. It gets better. You zeroed your gun at 460 feet above sea level here at Fort Campbell. You go to Montana, you're at 6,000 feet, let's say. For every 1,000 feet change in elevation, 1,000 feet, that's another minute of angle. So now you are, let's see, 600 feet to 6,000? 5.5.
Yeah, 5.5.
5.5 minutes of angle. That 400 meter shot, guys, that's 20 something more inches added onto my 8. You have completely missed that elk by 3 freaking feet. And to your guide, they just assume you suck. You assume the zero was off on your gun, or you assume maybe your laser rangefinder was off. But the reality is, you're the monkey that forgot to put in your data. And that's the difference between a well-trained sniper and just a guy that goes out and plinks that can shoot tight shot groups on a range. All right, tight shot groups do not get you first round hits on Mighty Militia at 600 meters. Nada. What does is you having good data on your gun and you being a well-trained guy. So anyways, yeah, I think did I beat that one to death?
No, all I'll say is my family did since 1920 big game outfitting. Our ranch was 7,500 feet and we went up, hunting camp was at 85. So everybody that showed up to hunt, exactly what Carl's saying, my dad made everybody shoot and zero their weapons at that, and then he'd have them raise it 2 inches. And they were always complaining about why the 2 inches? Well, because you're going to be at 85 to 9,000 feet when we shoot the elk, and that's going to adjust for that. Now, almost everybody shoots behind the shoulders, but we weren't allowed to. We had to shoot behind the ear. It becomes really crucial to be able to do that. My dad understood that. It wasn't until I became a sniper that I really grasped all that. But what he's saying is exactly true. So if you ever go anywhere to go hunting, they better have a range at that elevation where you can resolve your weapon, because just like you said, really, if on this level, that's almost 3 feet.
Now, see, I didn't have that option in Afghanistan, right? Where we were staging out at Kandahar Airport, I'd go out there. You weren't allowed to shoot, but shh, don't tell anybody. We would go out onto the runway, lay on the side of the runway, and gather data at the other end. There's a pile of trash and stuff out there. We'd staple our target. I think we're shooting at the side of an old MiG or something. Me and Jeff McLeod. But zeroing the gun, but then when we flew over near the border of Pakistan, we had our hide site up in the mountains. There was like a 3,000 foot change. If you don't know that ahead of time, you don't know to adjust the data on your guns, that can screw you, it really can. Temperature dropped, we end up getting snow up in the mountains. Big changes. So it was good stuff indeed. Hey, buddy, thanks for letting us come on.
All right, who do we need to take my place?
Steve, you ready?
Hey guys, take care, see you on the ground. New knife by Kim Breed.
Look at this handle.
And it's...
I'm gonna get, you guys know I love cracking if you're watching. If I close my eyes, I cannot tell where the metal and the wood start. That's how beautiful these knives are. Kim is such a master knife maker, dude. These things are just immaculate. That's a beautiful knife right there, dude. Beautiful. Beautimous. All right.
See you on the ground, guys.
Well, bye. My chow fell on the ground.
I'll get it.
Come on, Steve. Come snuggle. Guys, we're gonna have Steve Holland come join us. There you go, Steve. Snuggle. Yeah, that's fine, man. That's fine. All right, Steve. We gotta. You come sit a little closer to me, buddy. Not that close, dude.
TR Nation, how you guys doing? Happy New Year.
I love you, Steve. You know I do, dude. You know.
Okay, first thing I want to talk about is
You can't touch the table.
can't touch the table.
They'll yell
Can't
at
touch
me.
this. Do. I want to send out prayers to all the people in Los Angeles that's going through this horrific, catastrophic fire situation. Do not ask me questions in the chat room about what I think about that, because YouTube will probably turn this channel off.
Probably.
I've got so many friends out in the Los Angeles area. You know, my wife's lived out there for
I have a lot
decades.
of friends out in LA.
And
Move to America.
yeah,
Move to America.
I thought that the fire in Hawaii was bad, a tragedy.
Yeah.
This in LA, and it's not out, folks. It's still burning. If you watch the news channels, they'll target the areas where the fires are. They have names for the fires, and you'll see numbers like 14% contained, 7% contained.
17%.
You know, and you got 15,000 acres burning. They talk about 13% contained, and the neighborhoods, the subdivisions. It looks like something from Nagasaki. So prayers and support. You know, anything, opportunity you get to reach out to them and help. You know, and I know that we still have situations like in North Carolina.
North Carolina guys.
Still, those guys are still trying to put it back
love
together.
To North Carolina.
You know, it's a major catastrophic tragedy that it's probably going to take LA 10, 15 years to recover from that. And I don't even talk about the insurance companies dropping policy.
Why don't we trade California for Greenland? Dude, I'd do that son of a gun in a heartbeat. That's a good deal right there.
Absolutely.
Oh, take it.
Absolutely.
We lose those Navy bases. Like I care. Move those Navy bases to Greenland.
Yeah. A shout out to
Guys,
all.
I'm joking. We all love California, just not that much. We just
Well, we love the people. We don't necessarily care for the politics and the politicians. You know,
there are good people in California. There are.
oh, there's some great people.
There are. Deep behind enemy lines. Deep behind enemy lines.
You know, I worked for Florida Defense for a long time. I worked for Surefire for a long time. There's some great people out there. Again, I'm so sorry that you guys are going through this. I can't imagine, you know, just burned to the ground.
Yeah.
You know,
That is tragic, man.
absolutely.
You watch some of the fires going through, and my wife showed me the video of the guy that found his dog after 5 days. The dog was buried in the rubble, and I was like, yeah, I can't imagine if something happened to Lucky Dog or Milo and Elvis.
Elvis dog.
Elvis dog.
Yeah. 3 years ago in the Carl's house, they still barking at me. Haters.
They bark at me when I pull up till they see who it is. And I'm like, dude,
Haters.
I've been driving the same vehicle for 5 years. Why do you bark at it till the door opens? They're just making sure.
Yeah.
They bark
Yeah.
at the garbage man. They bark at the mailman every day. Every day. The mail lady, she brings them treats. Doesn't matter. They're gonna run her in the ground. So what's new with Steve, man?
Oh, just, you know, things going on. Happy New Year to you guys again. I see you guys all in the chat room shouting out Happy New Year. I want to talk about something that's near and dear to my heart. I know that a lot of you guys from the Mark 12 group, Facebook page Mark 12 group, are in and watching. I appreciate you guys watching. Appreciate you guys reaching out to me with a lot of different questions that you guys hit me up on Messenger. I try to answer, you know, all the inquiries and messages that do come in. I want to talk about linear compensators tonight because that's something that's near and dear to my heart. Because as I always tell you guys, I don't own a suppressor. I'm not into the whole suppressor thing. I mean, I like suppressors. I like using other people's suppressors, especially Carl's. And you guys know that one of my favorite is the Noveski Flaming Pig. So what I want to talk about, give me a second to get my little props up here, and we'll continue this conversation. Hold on. Boys and girls. Yeah.
All right, Steve,
So,
back?
yeah, I'm back. So, a lot of you guys don't know my early background in the military, but when I was in the 82nd Airborne Division, way back when, I was on the Army Marksmanship Training Unit. I was a precision pistol shooter. Surprise! So, I did a lot of work with the rifle teams, just for fun. All our ranges right next to each other. And I came up during the time when they had just started using red dot sights. And the top shooters on the pistol team, the sergeants, they had reached a level of precision shooting where the coach allowed them to shoot the red dot sights, which at the time the dominant sight was the aim point. And now, here we are 25 years later, everybody's into red dot sights. All the top 3-gun match shooters, combat shooters, IPSC shooters, whatever you want to call it, PPC, everybody uses muzzle brakes. So whenever you say muzzle brakes or compensators on pistols, you always think a flat or rounded device on the front end of the barrel with all these vents in it. So it's going to vent the gas up, Venturi effect, pushing the barrel down, keeping it, the sights aligned on the targets. And you guys have seen the guys with these 3-port, 4-port, 6-port muzzle brakes just banging away and the muzzle staying flat and even. Well, I've always thought that, for guys, for combat shooting, personal protection shooting, so forth, if linear muzzle brakes wouldn't be a better device to consider than ported muzzle brakes. Because you think about it, if you have a ported muzzle brake, if you're in certain situations in close quarters battle or situations where you got different types of heavy clothing, that gas is venting upward, which especially in a tight quarters or in a vehicle, you kind of don't want your pistol venting the gas upward. So using linear muzzle brakes, like I said, I like the Flaming Pig. I've seen a couple of other ones that I saw the advertisement, watched the video, but I haven't got a chance to get around to use it. So I thought about, what if you put a linear muzzle brake on a pistol versus a ported muzzle brake? Because the linear muzzle brake directs the blast, the flash, away from the shooter. So why would you want that in a tactical situation, especially when you're in close quarters, in vehicles, inside a house, inside a building? If you guys have not ever fired a firearm inside an enclosed space, then you're in for a surprise. All this stuff you have in your mind about if somebody breaks in my house, I'm here, my kids over here, or my kids upstairs, I'm gonna just crank off all these rounds. It's a shocker, okay? It affects your sensual perception, your perception of everything that makes you a viable fighter in a gunfight like that. Your sense of sound is gone. Your sense of sight is gone. So to me, I say, well, why wouldn't all the attributes of a linear muzzle brake for a rifle or a carbine not be applicable to a pistol? So I've been looking into that, and I kind of like what I've found. Not that most of the linear muzzle brake manufacturers are focusing on handguns. So my thought was, here I have a slide from a Springfield XDM 9mm. Now, I have the original barrel, and my son Brian, he brought a linear muzzle brake compensator for the pistol. I said, Brian, well, you got to have a threaded barrel. So this is the original barrel for the Springfield XDM. And by the way, I am a big Springfield XDM fan, and I know a lot of you guys are like Glock heavy, and I do have Glocks. I run Glocks when I'm running training with Carl, because most of the students, 99.99999%, show up with Glocks. I am a big fan of the Springfield XDM. The grip angle fits me better than does a Glock. And so my good friend at Springfield, Dave Williams, just this week sent me a threaded barrel for a Springfield XDM, so I can take a look at what a linear compensator provides for combat use of a handgun or pistol versus a ported comp. So, how you doing, Vic?
What's up, man?
Step on here if you want to, brother.
Yeah, man, because it's funny that you're bringing that topic up with the Springfield. I'll
Yeah.
hand this stuff
Hey,
over.
I'm gonna have our good friend and tactical rifleman gunsmith, Vic Rodriguez, step in here.
Oh, we're going to have to snuggle because
Yeah.
there's only one working, right?
No, I think both of them are working.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So, hand me that. Hand me the whole box.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what Dave did for me, he sent me an extended barrel, threaded barrel. I'm so bad at this. With the muzzle thread, 1/2 by 28, which is the standard muzzle thread for an AR-15. Come on in here, Vic. So I looked at all the rifle compensators, linear compensators that are made for AR-15s. So we have, of course, we have the Surefire. We have another standard company. This one is the 5.56, is not to 9mm war, but I'm showing it for an example. You've got the Mark 12 muzzle brake. You've got the Noveski Flaming Pig, which is my favorite carbine.
I've seen that one recently.
Oh yeah, yeah. On everything I send to Vic has a Flaming Pig on it.
Yes, sir.
And tonight we're going to look at this one, which is actually designed more for pistols. Don't fall.
Here, pass it over. No, pass that over.
Pass it over.
Pass your box over.
A box of woe. So this one is a linear compensator that is designed actually for a pistol. And what's interesting about this one is it comes apart, so you can tailor it based on your shooting and length and how you're going to carry it in day-to-day use by screwing off all the different segments. I'm not going to take this whole thing apart, but it's got numerous segments that you can custom length it based on what caliber, muzzle blast, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm going to screw this on for right now, and basically, where's that camera at? There we go. I'm going to put this one on. And I know a lot of you guys are saying, well, Steve, that's too long for my, everyday carry and, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I understand that. But at the same time, it's giving you the opportunity to see what this brings to the fight. Even if you have it as your vehicle handgun or your urban home handgun or business handgun, we look at the science of a linear muzzle brake compensator that's pushing the blast, flash, and gas away from you as the shooter. So Vic?
Yeah, so on the Springfield side of the house, I'm a Glock guy, and I own two, and my wife has one, and she's a tiny woman, right? But she likes the way it feels in her hand. And I wasn't a firm believer until I shot the damn thing. And I was like, wow, they're really good pistols. I really dig on them. It's really nice, man.
So what are your thoughts on a linear blast effector versus, let's say, a standard race gun compensator?
Well, these tend to push the flash out and the rapport out and away. So you should wear ear pro, but the short of it is not as loud because it's pushing the noise. It's like a noise mitigation device as well. It's pushing the rapport out in front of the weapon system.
Yeah, and if you guys think about the Venturi effect, as with jet aircraft, the blast is going out through that compensator, which scientifically should drive that gun back and reduce the recoil and the muzzle climb at the same time. What do you think, Vic?
Yeah, but the big thing for me on this linear side is it pushes the rapport away. So, I mean, good truck gun. But the short of it is you're not going to have ear pro for this because it's going to push the rapport away. So it's not going to be as loud.
Yeah, and let me clarify that. It's not going to be as loud. It's not going to be as well as a.
Right. It's still going to hurt, but it's not going to hurt as much.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Especially if you're shooting inside your truck, your ears won't bleed.
Yeah. They'll ring for 90 days, but they won't bleed. Well, but if you think about it,
it's going to feel like your ears are going to bleed.
Yeah, but if you're running a handgun as your first defense in your home, falling back to a shotgun or a rifle, when you first crank off those first couple rounds out of the handgun, you want a device like this. You want something that's going to mitigate that sound and that blast, because most of the times that something happens and goes bump in the night, it's not when you're fully aware of what's going on. You have all the lights on, so if you can mitigate that flash to keep your eyesight, not being blinded by the light, that's something that you might want to consider. I'm not specifically pointing out any manufacturer. That's why I haven't really named this compensator right here. But at the same time, it's one of the few that I've seen that's designed for a handgun. And again, if you look at the length of this, okay, camera, if you look at the length of this, you see all those different bushings away from the ported front end. You can reduce that in size by 1/3 if you wanted to. It just gives you the option of having a long or a short linear compensator on your handgun. And that's one of those things that, it's going to be based on caliber. Of course, because with 9mm, it's going to have less blast and flash than a 40. 40 is going to be less than a 10 millimeter and 45 ACP. So you'll be able to tailor that to what works best for you. Or you might, decide that I'm going to keep it as short as possible. It's not going to be as good on blast and flash, but it's more portable. It's more handy. So that's something to consider.
Yeah.
When you're.
It's like for me, it's like a noise mitigation device. I mean, it's pushing everything forward. It keeps the recoil steady.
Let me see that.
And it's lightweight compared to the pig.
Yeah. Well, a war pump.
Yeah, I know. You run out of bullets, throw that at somebody's head, you'll be effective.
So that's one thing. But keep in mind, the blast flash heat from a handgun round is not as much as from a carbine running 5.56 or 300 blackout or 6.8 SPC, 7.62x39. So the pig is made robust to handle that amount of PSI pressure, okay? And so you don't have the same the same weight as you would with this one. But at the same time, the pig is more robust.
Designed for rifle.
So we're going to. And so now you know that if this thing can handle 5.56 blast and flash, you know it's going to handle 9mm blast and flash. The pig, bring on the pig.
Bring the pig.
You take my place.
Yeah. So that is again, we're going to do some video shoots. We're running a comparison between your standard ported muzzle brakes for pistols and then your linear compensated threaded barrel pistols, just to kind of give you an idea of how this works. And for this one, I'm going to be shooting the Springfield 9mm XDM. I'm not going to be shooting a Glock. And maybe we'll do a Glock side-by-side comparison. But again, I chose the Springfield XDM because that is one of my favorite handguns, other than a revolver. So if you ever get a chance to take a look at a Springfield, I run an XDS, which is the short Springfield for concealed carry, EDC, et cetera, et cetera. The UFO is going to get you. But I do run a Springfield XD40 and an XDM 9mm.
All right, guys, I've been told by the internet to rescue y'all from Steve. All right, I'm gonna put my mic back on. All right. Can you guys hear me okay? All right, here's what I got. I got a bottle of Leatherwood Distillery. Steve Holland's gonna sign it right here under Randy Rawhide Worth. You got it? We're gonna do us a giveaway. All right, here's the deal. You have got to write, what's a good word for us to use, Big Al? Because they'll spell it wrong if I come up with something crazy.
Loquacious.
Yeah, that definitely ain't gonna spell loquacia right. Holy shit. All right, guys, to enter the giveaway, tonight's giveaway, it's been signed by me, it's been signed by, what's his name, the guy that owns the bar?
Andy Lane.
Andy Lane, the owner of Leatherwood Distillery. On the back, we got Randy Rawhide Worth and Steve Holland. Smudge. That's the good stuff.
Yeah.
All right,
So let's make the word snake eater.
Just TR. T and R. I'm making it easy for you guys. You can't screw it up.
Carl treats you guys like simpletons.
Because I have Marines out there, and I love y'all. You know I love you.
Simplify.
TR. All right. You can enter a maximum of 3 times. That's it. All you got to do is put TR into the chat room, and you guys will automatically be entered into this. And it's going to be awesome, guys. It really, really is. All right, so I am back. Big Al, have you already been on the screen yet? Well, why don't you come snuggle after Steve? Steve, I didn't mean to
His haversack.
he's got his haversack.
This is his portable box.
Right.
Not the haversack. Box of wool. Box of wool.
All right, I'm gonna bring Big Al in here, and but anyways, guys, Leatherwood Distillery is veteran-owned. Andy Lane's an old 5th Group guy. He was in the Global War of Terror same time I was. And the cool part is we're right outside Fort Campbell, Kentucky. You've got, besides the 101st here, you also have, this is the home for 5th Special Forces Group. And this place is filled with 5th Group guys. And I wish you guys could, if you ever get a chance to come through here, it's hard to find because they don't put the sign outside. But if you can find this place, you come in, you look up on the walls at all the flags and pictures, team pictures and stuff. And I mentioned it earlier, I don't know if you guys can see it, but it is right here, guys. See all that right there? That is all.
That's how to get to the place. That's the secret code.
That is all pictures of little pictures of guys, little plaques of all the guys that have been killed in the Global War on Terror. And that shit sucks. It does, it sucks. All right, Big Al.
A lot of good friends.
How you been doing, man?
Doing good, doing good.
Big Al just broke my heart. He said he's not going to SHOT Show this year. So we're not touching the table. They tell me it bumps it. All right, so Big Al's not going to SHOT Show. But where is Big Al going? Big Al is going to be coming up to the hill, and we are going to be filming more Tactical Rifleman videos the first week of February.
Yes.
Big Al and me talked at length. He's got a new series of videos. What are we going to call it?
It's called Tactical or Practical. Well, as you know, Carl talks a lot about a lot of tactical things with his Tactical Rifleman, and there are a lot of people who need to start tuning in who are not just tier 1 operators and things like that. Tactical means that you are technically knowledgeable about how to utilize your situation. So with the gear that we're going to be talking about in Tactical to Practical is, if you're a tier 1 operator, it may be good for you. A lot of the things that we use are, remember, just from our purview, things that we've done in our history, things that we've used. Is it good for everybody? Do I need an AR that has all this cool light and an emitter, and what is a closed emitter versus open emitter?
Yeah.
If you're just somebody who's thinking about, hey, I just need to protect my house, I just need a good gun to sit by the bed, we're going to cover that. I need a good light to protect the house or to simply go through things. We're going to cover that. Is it something that's tactical, something that you're going to need because you do a lot of heavy shooting and you're an operator? Or is it practical, something that you want, hey, I'm just a mama with my baby and I want to have a good EDC or something to carry like that?
So we're not going to spoil it for you what the first one's going to be, but he's already decided on the first one. I'm sure he'll come up with a couple more. But anyways, we're going to be filming that first week of February. And then I'm out doing other stuff, but we will immediately start editing the video. We put up one video every Friday, guys. We have not missed a week since we started the YouTube channel. Not one. We haven't missed one. So if you want to see 500 videos, you literally can go back and watch them. But the cool part though is, will we eventually miss a week video? Yep. No. Okay. Cool.
Never. We will never miss one.
But we don't film one every week. What we do is the film crew comes in from New York City. That's where they're from, and we move all the furniture in the man room. We set up a little.
We set the
table.
studio up.
Yeah, we set the studio up. It's actually a folding table with my poncho liner on it, up on top of ammo cans to make it tall enough. I got studio lighting, 2 rows of it up on the ceiling, bag lights, and all kinds of. And then the sound guy sits in my recliner and falls asleep. That's Lowell. He loves doing that. My point for saying this though is there's a lot of work that goes into it. Developing data on the guns, actually testing this stuff out. I do that stuff year round, gathering data, getting ready to do the videos, and then I'm ready. It gets put on the list. Right now, I have 35 videos on the list for me to do. I take that back, 33. 31, because Big Al has 2 and Randy has 2. I have over 30 videos. Now, I'm not putting them all out in 1 week, of course not, but we're gonna film them all, and then the talking parts mostly, some B-roll, but for the most part, once we're done, the film crew's only here for 2.5 days. I take them back to the airport, they fly back to New York City. My son Nicholas, they'll all be put on the tracker. He will edit the initial drafts, and we'll be like, all right, I need a close-up of the gun here. I need Big Al shooting it here. And then Big Al and me and Emery and Randy will come back up, and my son Nicholas, because we keep all the, Nick's got a $5,000 camera with a $5,000 lens on the end of it. And we film all of our videos. Now, between like the film crew only came down.
You got all the black guys.
Oh, Donnie!
Donnie's not black. He's green like I am. How you doing, buddy?
Boy, tactical rifleman is starting to get some good shade in now.
How you doing, dude? I wanted to stick my head in you. Donnie's dojo is 2 buildings down from here. I see you got a new roof on it.
Yes, rebuilt up.
You doing good?
That's what we're doing.
You know that's not good.
One building in a big parking lot.
To have all that gorgeousness looking back.
No, because I have people on the internet that say Carl's racist. I'm like, well, I'm racist? They're like, well, you're white. You have to be racist. I'm like, I'm green.
No, there's a guy here who just said that they shouldn't have all the sexiness on TR right now.
I'm green like Randy is. It's just. All right, fine, whatever. I'm not here to please anybody. Donnie knows.
See, this is what we classify as the TR chocolate edition. We are the so for Valentine's Day coming up. You got the chocolate for your.
What am I, white chocolate?
Exactly.
I'm white chocolate.
See, and he's caramel. I'm the dark chocolate. Steve,
I think it's funny because I look at him, I go, how many times have you been to Africa?
just saying. I'm just saying.
I've been to Africa a lot. You need to be thanking God that you were born in America because Africa is a fucking shithole. Now, don't get me wrong, guys. There's some beautiful places there.
But there are some
shitholes in there. There's some shitholes. God bless America, guys. I count my stars every day that I was born in a place with my buddies here. Sincerely.
Chocolate for the snow bunnies.
Chocolate for the snow bunnies. Okay.
We can't be custom ordered. I'm just saying. That's what we need to do for the TR. So, Eric, you two.
Hey, dude, I'm running a tab, so you help yourself.
So on the TR thing is one thing that we can do on Tactical to Practical was there are a lot of good things for the TR ranges that are coming up, right? We got a lot of ranges open. So we can actually start talking to a lot of the people who may not look, hey, do I need to go to a shooting range? Do I need to go to some of these shooting classes? I highly suggest anybody and everybody go to the shooting class. It's not just for the tier 1 operator guys who want to go out.
Just real quick, guys, if you just joined us, we are getting ready to do a giveaway of this Leatherwood Distillery Bourbon signed by Andy Lane, Carl Erickson, Randy Rawhide Wurst, and Steve Holland. You can enter Put TR in the chat room, maximum of 3 times or the computer bumps you out, all right? Maximum of 3 times. All right, we're gonna draw here at, what time is it?
8:20.
We'll draw at 8:45. 8:45. So
Stick
we got
around.
A little more time. I didn't mean to interrupt you, man.
Oh, no, but we were talking about a lot of the, yeah, they want a DNA on there to make it more valuable. So we were talking a lot about the shooting classes, and we can cover that in tactical to practical, going, well, if I'm just everyday, what do you think is, if I'm just an everyday person, do I need to go to pistol or the carving class?
And again, that's the whole point of this thing is we'll get into it, but do you need to do Combat Pistol 101? That is it's not a basic pistol course. That is our entry to combat shooting. But the first one you should take is Gun Runner Pistol. That teaches you the fundamentals. And I know everybody goes, well, I already know how to shoot. I've been shooting all my life. I guarantee you, we have had IPSC Grandmasters take Gun Runner Pistol and they go, man, you fixed my grip. I'm like, dude, you're a grandmaster. He's like, yeah, but I've always known I've had a bad grip. You've made my grip better. Not me. The course was put together by Rawson and Emery and Chad Moorman. But they do a great job of teaching the fundamentals. So that would be the class I'd recommend first. And then we have one that's called Home Defense Pistol. It's not even drawing. There's no drawing, right? Because if the home alarm goes off and the dogs are barking, are you going to be standing there with your hand like this, shooter ready, stand by? No, you're going to be in your pajamas. You're already going to have that pistol in your hand. So I don't
scared, because your heart rate's definitely going to be up.
So we're not covering the draw. Instead, we're focusing on going from position 3 to full presentation, because you're not going to stand out there with your hands held out the whole time anyways, you know? So it's a course that's geared in a different direction. So that would be more practical for mom, who's home with the family while he's deployed. It would be more practical for those guys that, you live. I got a buddy G. He lives. He doesn't live in the nicest neighborhood. He lives in the best neighborhood. His apartment's in the best that he can have his family in right now, and that means everybody's security levels are different. But even if you live in the safest neighborhood, that doesn't mean that's not going to change depending on the political climates and stuff that's going on, rioting and things like that. So everybody needs this stuff they do. Everybody needs it.
I live in a rather, can you say, affluent or actually a nice neighborhood. And we've just got the report that in the Clarksville area, gangs are starting to move in to do that whole roving thing of breaking into cars in the middle of the night. And my neighbor, 2 houses down, opened his door because his Ring camera went off. He opened his door to find 2 guys staring back at him. And he was like, hey, get out of here. They drew a pistol and shot him.
And that's in a nice neighborhood.
And that's a very, very nice neighborhood. Yeah. You know, it's not that, he was in the bad side of town. No, it could be, luckily he lived, he's fine, he's good and everything. But when he confronted the individual, they drew a pistol on it. Now, we're not going to go into semantics of what he did right, what he did wrong. It's just saying that at any given moment, you may have to use a firearm.
Yeah.
And what you think you know could be the difference between getting you out of a situation or even deeper into one.
Just having one does not do it, guys. And you guys know I'm all for the Second Amendment. I'm all about your right to carry a firearm for self-defense. But I'm not somebody that says everyone should carry a gun. And I'm like, well, Carl, what are you talking about? I'm like, if you're not willing to make the commitment to train with it, why are you making a commitment to carry it every day? You know, if you're just carrying it to say that you're cool, I carry a gun, and you see them at Walmart all the time. You know, the guy's got the plastic holster outside his wife beater T-shirt with his Beretta sticking out, or his Canic, whatever, his Browning High Point.
He's got his nice Kydex camouflage holster.
Open carrying to show off that he owns a gun. And I really don't think that guy trains very much with that firearm. I'm not against your right to open carry or concealed carry, but to me, if you are going to make the commitment to carry a firearm for self-defense, I humbly ask you to make the commitment to train with it, because your family deserves that, but so does my family. When we're at the range and we're shooting, I'm running a class, whether it's Combat Pistol 101, whatever, and we have the people start shooting faster and faster and doing hammered pairs and zipper drills, and they start shooting faster and faster. A lot of times the guys' shot groups start opening up, and you get outside that high A zone is what we call it, but basically where the heart, the insides of the lungs, and the aortic arch is off the top. That's where I want your bullet. You get outside the box, I call that a miss, okay? But I'll have guys, they'll send a bullet over the shoulder on the paper target, you know, there'll be a hole in the target, and I'll point at it and I'm like, what's that? And the guys will go, Carl, I'm sorry I missed. And I don't normally circle it. I circle all your holes, but I'll normally circle it like 10 times. You'll have circles going all the way across your bullseyes. And I bring the whole class over to your target, and I say, guys, what is that? What is that bullet hole right there? And somebody will say, that's a miss. And I will go, no, that is not a miss. That is my daughter sitting in her car with her friends across the parking lot. You need to understand that if you miss in a self-defense situation in the middle of the Walmart parking lot, that bullet, you own every bullet that comes out of that gun, and that's potentially my daughter across the parking lot. So anyways, I'm big on training. I am very, very big on training. Let's see if we got some more. We've had a couple more come in.
Yeah, a couple.
All right. Let's see if I got anything here for Big Al Ruski. All right. We already lost one stream to the upper. Make sure he's careful with that slide.
Oh, that's when Steve was holding the slide.
All right,
make
guys,
sure that we're good.
Peter, out in Hong Kong. Pete here, what are y'all preferred night vision devices?
Ooh.
Where to start? Number one, guys, if you're gonna buy night vision, I will always, always, always say your first one should be a PVS 14. All right.
Get ready to lay down some buckets.
Yeah. Binos are better, but you don't run binos all the time. A PVS 14, when I go out bow hunting, I keep it on a lanyard around my neck. I use it as I'm walking to my tree.
Nice little monocle.
It's in my go bag. I keep it in my vehicle because I like to drive with nods, right? But you have it over one eye, and the wife falls asleep, all right? And you're bored on the highway, you're hauling ass, right? And the wife's falling asleep, nobody's keeping you. So you open up the center console, you put your skull crusher on, look over, the wife's still asleep. You take that PVS 14 out, you put it over this other eye because she's sleeping over here asleep. And then right as she starts to wake up, you're coming up on that exit, you go, oh my God, and you kill the headlights and take that exit real quick. Man, the feet go up on the dashboard, you just lose your freaking mind. That's funny. Here's the deal. I know everybody will go, no, you gotta get a thermal, you gotta get a thermal. A thermal will not look through the windshield, all right? Glass reflects heat. So
what you learn in the movies is going to be covered in tactical to practical.
There are so many uses for PVS 14. Drop your money on a PVS 14. Now, your second piece of night vision you buy, I want you to get a thermal, because a thermal brings so much to your capability. Yes, it does. But first and foremost, but you can't drive with a thermal. Can't drive with it.
Depth perception is totally gone.
No, and I love thermal, guys. I own a lot of night vision. We have a night vision course we're running in July at the Louisville Armory. It is called Low Light, No Light. Low Light, No Light shooting. And AGM Global Vision, I'm going to be talking to them again at SHOT Show. Make sure they're still good for this year. They already said they are, but I like to visit these guys. They're out of Arizona. They make night vision. They, for the last 2 years, have sponsored this course. Steve Hollins helped me teach it both times. I had Emery there. I had Byron Russell. We start off the first half of the day doing weapon-mounted lights, pistol, rifle, It's a 2-day course. Afternoon of day 1, we pull out the PVS 14s. PVS 14, and I go over all the night vision. I go over thermals. I go over Gen 1, Gen 2, Gen 3, digital night vision, I squared. I go over everything, fusions. And I have all this stuff laid out on the table. I issue every student a brand new Gen 2 Plus Ghost White Phosphor PVS 14 with skull crusher mounts, everything. And I have helmet mounts if you bring your own helmet. Brand new. You're the first one to take it out of the bag. You'll be the first one to put batteries in it. At the end of the course, if you want to buy them, you're basically paying, because I get them at a discount, and I'm gonna mark it up a little bit to cover my time, but that's about it, because I'm making money off of you taking the course. I want you guys to train, and I want you guys to save money on night vision, right? So if you want to buy it at the end of the course, it's yours. You've been training with it. If you say, Carl, I want it, but I can't afford it right now, I got that. They're expensive. AGM Global Vision lets me put them back, take out the battery, put it back in the bag, put it back in the box. I send it back to them, and they refund me all that money, because to them, they're like, Carl, we'll mark it as used and we'll sell it to somebody, or we'll use it in another class. But the big thing is you are helping to teach people how to use night vision, and very few other people are doing it. So it's a great class. Again, that's in July. If you guys are interested in coming up and doing it, it's a 2-day class. It's at the Louisville Armory. Why an indoor range? Because if I'm doing pistol carbine course, the first night of day 1, we do a couple hours shooting in the dark. This whole class is night shooting. So why have you show up at dark and then stay till midnight when you're tired and you've only shot for 6 hours? That's bullshit, right? You show up this class, it's 8 o'clock in the morning. I can throw the switch on the walls, and it is balls ass dark in there. Balls ass dark.
Yes.
So we
controllable environment.
Exactly, controllable environment. I have D-balls, IR lasers, IR illuminators for the guns, for the rifles. We'll be doing shooting pistols in the dark. We'll be doing shooting rifles in the dark. We have a small shoothouse there, and it's a great course. I think I want to say I got 7 or 8 slots left for it. Again, that's in July, late July. My birthday's the 25th, so it's 26, 27 July, Louisville Armory. But yeah, that's my take on nods. What's your favorite nods, Big Al?
I'm not a huge nod person. I mean, there are some nods that I've used.
Yeah.
I've tinkered around with a couple of different ones, but I'm more on the practical side. For me, I don't really need nods a lot.
Yeah.
So nods are not something I'm going to run around the house, looking at. Although they do have fun in strip clubs with them.
Bring a thermal to a nightclub and you can watch people fart. It's kind of cool.
That is definitely true.
So,
you can't see a fart with thermal. But hopefully I might be able to get our hands on, if things go well, TR Nation, cross your fingers, the new Army who's doing that new fusion of both thermal and night vision. The new fusion stuff that everybody's talking about and everything. We may be able to take a look at one of those.
That would be nice. L3 Harris, who got that contract, I'm going to try to work it through them. He's going to try to work it through his channels. We'll meet somewhere in the middle.
Ooh.
All right, Annalise and Kyle Beeler.
Another 10 bones.
10 bones for the fun. Looking forward to seeing you guys and the other students in February. Kyle is one of the guys that has signed up for Home Defense Pistol 1 and 2. He signed up for both classes in February at the Louisville Armory. Guys, I think I got 2 slots left for it. That's it. So if you want to train in February, and it's going to be cold in February, the Louisville Armory is an indoor range that's heated classroom. It's going to be a great course, guys. This is my first time teaching this class. I was sitting there, this is 4 or 5 months ago, and I was like, I want to add a few new classes for 2025. And I thought about it, I'm like, what can I offer concerned citizens that want to become capable citizens. And where are they really going to use guns? Do they need body armor to fight off the Chinese invaders? Probably not. Where do they need guns?
The most likely practical.
Practical. So I'm like, all right, so let me look practical. Home defense. Home alarm goes off. The dogs start barking. Your wife or kids are screaming, "Daddy, there's somebody trying to kick in the front door." All right. What do you need to know to do that? Now, if you've already taken Combat Pistol 101 and Combat Pistol Carbine and your CQB skills are up, then you're good. But what about everyone else? So this is a one-day class, or you can take both days. The second day builds off of the first day. But I'm like, what do you need to know? And a lot of people don't practice position 3 to position 1. A lot of people just practice the draw. And they're not on time going from position 3 to position 1. And we're going to do different shooting positions. And
so is it that also bring us into is like my neighbor? He took a round to the shoulder. What about your spouse? Would it be good for your spouse to take that because you're now incapacitated and she has to pick up the gun?
Yeah, for sure.
So it's great that you know and you are very good and you have all the knowledge of how to use your pistol. But life says, I don't play by your rules. Life says, okay, you got all the knowledge, I'm going to take you out.
Yep.
So now that assailant or whatever, okay, well, I took him down, let me just go into the house. Yeah. Well, does your spouse or does your oldest child, or not necessarily your child, but whoever is still in the house, do they understand the basics of how to use a pistol?
And a good example of that is I was actually deployed once, and there weren't any bad guys there, but they didn't know that at the time. There was a bad ice storm that came in, and my wife let the dog, who normally stays outside, Bear, let him stay in the garage, right? We didn't have the puppy door on the garage then. But Bear, who normally stays out, because it was an ice storm, she let Bear stay in the garage. And she's telling me this over the phone the next day as I called her from Iraq to check on her. I'd call every night, which was daytime for her. And she's like, that home defense plan you always tell me about, we executed it last night. I'm like, what? I'm like, what? So dog falls asleep in the garage, not moving, dog falls asleep. Wife going to bed, turns on the home alarm, but she forgot to turn off the motion sensor, that zone that's in the garage. So the motion sensors are now on. Dog wakes up at 3 o'clock in the morning, sets off the home alarm system. My home alarm system doesn't call 911. No. By the time 911 gets there, everything's done. It calls my father-in-law's cell phone, my brother-in-law's cell phone, my uncle's cell phone. These are all people that live on the hill. And the fourth number it calls is mine. Mine didn't help because I'm deployed. But my home alarm goes off. My wife did what she's supposed to do. She grabbed the kids, brought them in the master bedroom, locked that door. Brought them into the bathroom, locked that door. Brought them into the master bath closet, locked that door, hit the keypad, safe opens up, pulled out the pistol, handed it to my son, who at 12 years old was sponsored by Hornady, by the way, 13 years old, sponsored by Hornady. Handed my son the pistol, she stood behind him with the cell phone. My father-in-law comes across the ice and snow with his double-barrel shotgun, wearing his wife beaters and his underwear. May he rest in peace. But he came over because he got an automated call from the home alarm system. Anyway, the plan worked. They found out it was because the dog woke up to go take a piss. But it was an excellent rehearsal. But let's say it had actually been a bad guy. The plan was in place already so that they had a plan. And I stress that, guys, you need to have a home defense plan. Don't just think, well, I keep a gun by the bed, I'm good. Nada, you have to have a plan, and that plan should be layered. You should have defenses in depth so that you can retreat. And the plan worked flawlessly. I pity the fool that ever comes up on the hill. Nobody has ever come up on the hill. I don't foresee it happening. But I pity the fool that comes up on the hill. You've been to the hill.
Yes, definitely. And I can definitely attest. Getting to the hill is going to be a challenge in the first place.
Just one Bearcat. One Bearcat ain't going to get you onto the hill.
But you stress a very good point. Having a plan. So that's one thing that we'll cover. Having a plan.
Yes.
Does everyone just know the plan? A plan is great if you know it, but does everyone else know it? And do you practice that plan? Again, like we always like to say, other than is it tactical or practical, is life doesn't play by your rules.
Yes.
So practice your plan. Have multiple plans in case, well,
it changes. It does.
Things will change.
Yep. All right, I got another one just came in.
Oh, what we got?
Steven Rogers, you guys are the bomb.
20 bones.
All right, Carl and Kyle, I will see you in February as well. Steven Rogers is good people. Steven, I hope you're safe out there, deep behind enemy lines. I hope you're avoiding the fire, brother. I'm looking forward to you making it to the class. I'm terrible with names and stuff, but I remember Steven taking our classes there at Montgomery County. And I think Steven lives behind enemy lines in California, but I don't think he's in LA. No, I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. Hey, guys, I was joking earlier, making fun of Steve, giving a shout out to the people in California. We all think it's funny because we're safe here at home, but the reality is any fires, anything like that.
Tornadoes.
Yeah, tornadoes. It really rubs me the wrong way how our government has already turned its back on the people in North Carolina. And it really is sad, guys. It really is. So if somebody ever approaches you and say, hey, I'm looking to go do this in North Carolina and help the people out there, North Carolina, parts of Tennessee and stuff, they got hit hard there. So please help out if you can. Please help out if you can, guys. All right, people letting you.
Big Al, funny joke for you. If I was on Carl's A team, I would have been his own personal Patty Main.
That's Gavin Simpkins in Australia. Gavin, we love you, dude.
Oi, mate.
Yeah, oi. We love you, just not that much. We do love you, though. Gavin, I do love you, buddy. I read your texts on Instagram. I don't answer because I got a lot going on, but I read your stuff. I do love you. I love you. All right, guys, we are 2 minutes away.
Put yourself in there. Put yourself in there. Get those TRs out there.
It's computer drawn. All right, it's computer drawn. JT's going to pick my winner because he's got the little program that will randomly pick who it is. All right. But if you put TR exclamation point, that doesn't get you put in there. It's got to be TR. That's it. So you got a minute.
So for all you guys who put all those exclamation points behind your stuff, just TR.
Yeah,
go re-enter quick.
Yeah. Let me pick. By the time JT gets this. Yeah.
Also, if there's things that you'd like me to cover in Tactical to Practical, hit us up. I will be looking at a lot of different things, new things that pop out. Because every year at SHOT Show, there are so many things. People really don't understand how big SHOT Show is.
Trying to get in at the last minute. That's okay.
Coming in under the wire.
That's why I reminded you, because I don't want anybody to miss out on it.
The
if
SHOT
you
Show.
haven't done it 3 times.
Come on, get in there. Get it in there. But Carl, do you agree? SHOT Show is
for sure
huge. I mean, it is everything from tactical weapons to practical applications. Everything that could go on a weapon, all the accoutrement that could go to a gun is at this show.
I didn't know what SHOT Show was. I'd never heard of it. And I come back from the initial invasion of Afghanistan. This was January 2002. And guys, understand, the towers fell September 11, 2001, and we immediately packed the next day to go to Afghanistan. All right, so, but I became my unit's master sniper, and so January shows up and they're like, hey Carl, you're going to Vegas for SHOT Show. I'm like, what's a SHOT Show? They're like, we're sending the master assaulter, at the time was Scotty Neal from the other assault troop, and they sent the master breacher from the B team. I don't remember who that was at the time. and they're like, you're going as the master sniper. So my job, I didn't have a credit card. I mean, I had my company credit card, but I wasn't allowed to buy anything, but my job was to go look at all the latest and greatest for snipers. And Scotty Neal was supposed to go and look for the new latest and greatest for assaulters. And it turned out total boondoggle. We had just got back from Afghanistan, so our money wasn't good. Everybody's buying us drinks and everything. Coyote Uglies, oh my God, I bet the tab was like $15,000 there that night. I didn't spend a dime. Anyway, it doesn't matter, but I came back and I had to fill out, hey, I want this scope, I want this for my snipers. And that's where I met my best friend, the inventor of the AccuShot monopod, and later on Casey made the Atlas bipod, B&T Industries. That was his first SHOT Show. And they had a small law enforcement military section at SHOT Show. That part of SHOT has grown exponentially every year. And you go there and they've got the comms units and every new types of camouflage and
body armor, uniforms, boots, hats, glasses, ear pro.
Every year since, I've missed a couple, but not many. Every year since, I go to SHOT to look for the latest and greatest. That said, it's a boondoggle. I'll be honest with you. I go there, I bring my wife now to keep me out of trouble, and because I love just hanging out with my wife. We go to good dinners, we go to good shows. My wife likes to play the one-armed bandits. I don't gamble. I use up all my luck overseas. Sincerely, I honestly believe that. I couldn't hit a $2 scratch off at a gas station. It's just not going to happen. No, I don't win anything gambling. I sit there next to my wife while she's doing this, playing the slots, and free drinks if you're gambling.
Yes.
And
they will keep them coming.
Yeah, we have fun. We have a good time. We do. We have a good time. But it's a boondoggle. I'll tell you the show, the convention that I went to this year that was not a boondoggle, and that was the AUSA convention, Association United States Army Convention. It doesn't just have the new latest guns, body armor, and optics. It's got guns, body armor, optics, and drones, and vehicles, and armored tanks, and helicopters, and the new tilt rotor Blackhawk made by Bell to replace the Blackhawk. It's got twin rotors like an Osprey, but it's not crap like an Osprey. And anyways, I could fill a whole year of videos. Just the new Fusion night vision you were talking about, all the counter drone stuff. So anyways, I loved it. And
land drones, air drones.
Land drones, air drones. They had sea drones there. And this is the Army, but they still had some of the water ones there. They have drones that drop other drones.
Aircraft carrier drones.
Yeah. And, they have these other things called loitering munitions. So an artillery unit can shoot like 50 of, you shoot them from a 155 howitzer. You shoot 50 of these things up into the air above where you think the tanks are going to come. They open wings and propellers and they stay there and they just hang out. And you've already told them on these roads and these fields, if any tanks show up, kill them. And these things just fly around. They just hang out. You can't jam them because they're not talking to you anymore. You don't have to tell them to attack the tank. They just sit there. Now, if you're not jamming them, they'll talk to each other and they go, hey, Big Al, here comes 3 T-72 tanks. You gonna go first or me?
Yes.
And then only one will go and at each tank, and they go, damn, they missed the second one, let's send another one. But if you're jamming all of them and they can't talk to each other, they'll work individually. They're called loitering munitions. And when they run out of gas, they run out of gas. They become inert, they fall to the ground.
Now, the scariest part is now that we're starting to incorporate a lot more AI with this.
But those are AI driven. That's a tank that I can kill, they'll hit it. If it's a target that that particular loitering munition can't kill, for example, it's made to take out infantry, it won't try to attack that tank.
It'll look for the infantry
It's
behind the
all
tank.
AI. Yeah, it'll wait. It'll tell another drone, hey, if you're not doing anything, you're made for armor, anti-armor. I got armor. Why don't you fly over here? I'm not joking, guys. The AI is insane. The stuff they're doing on the battlefield now.
Now
And,
imagine a drone big enough to carry a body. This is
Yes.
one thing that some people are working on now
Yes.
is where a drone flies, you call for Carl's hit.
Yep.
I call in for a medevac. A drone flies in. I put Carl in his little bag to make sure he's stable. The
It's
medic
actually
stabilizes him.
Fold-out seat with seatbelt.
Put him in the little drone, and the drone flies him back.
Yep. But the same drone, it was actually Textron developed one of the first ones that can haul bodies or casualties. But it was originally designed to be able to bring like 4 rucksacks or like 4 resupply
Resupply.
bundles. 400 pounds of resupply bundle. This is a drone carrying this. And then, and this is vertical take. I'm not talking winged, I'm talking vertical. And if you can carry in 400 pounds, why couldn't you carry out 300 pounds or 250 pounds? You put me in full kit, I'm doing
All right, brother.
Take care, buddy. Yeah, thanks for coming. Guys, Bree, Kim Bree, great guy. Take care, Kim. All right, guys, I'm late announcing this. All right, guys.
Survey says.
All right, Sean, S-E-A-N. All right, Sean is our winner. All right, I don't know who Sean is. I don't know what Sean's last name is. And I won't know what Sean's mailing address is. So congratulations to Sean. Sean, here's what I need you to do. I need you to take a picture of your avatar on YouTube, the little icon, your little picture. I need you to take a picture of your avatar that says Sean, and I need you to mail it to tacticalrifleman1@gmail.com. That is tacticalrifleman1@gmail.com. And then Sean, I will reply back to you with my email, and you send me a mailing address, and I'll ship this to you. But I need, congratulations on winning, but I need you to send me a picture of your avatar so it's not Ray Craddock sitting in Hawaii telling me that he is Sean. Not that he does that every time, but he does it every time.
Or I'll get you one with a crayon marker on it going, here you go.
Congratulations, Sean. And hey, guys, just because you didn't win doesn't mean that you can't be a winner, all right? No, I'm not talking about participation trophies. What I'm talking about is you can reach out to Leatherwood Distillery. You can order this stuff from them. But also, I did a whole barrel of Tactical Rifleman Bourbon through Heraclitus Bourbon. My barrel, they still haven't poured it yet. It's been sitting there for months. Why? Because they still haven't got there's a label that goes around the neck that's got the Tactical Rifleman logo on it. They still haven't gotten them printed yet. A bunch of legal holdups. It's my first time doing a barrel. But when I get it poured, I will let you guys know how you can go buy more. Some of you already bought some pre-order, but I think we've still got like 100 bottles. This is from my personal barrel. So I just bought the barrel. I bought the empty barrel.
Nice.
I did buy 2 bottles just to make sure the website worked. But I bought the barrel, dude, like the whole freaking barrel. We got barrels sitting
You know,
behind
we need to get a barrel, open the bottom up, and shoot a 50 cal through it a couple of times to get a little bit of that gun residue in there, and then let it in there. And then that's that's going to be Carl's special blend.
my special blend. So I'm gonna probably have the TR logo engraved and then burnt into it, and then I may make a batch of my Hellman's Finest wine in it.
Ooh, nice.
That way you get the bourbon barrel taste to it. Anyways, guys, we're going to wrap up this live stream for tonight. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Again, congratulations to our winner,
Sean, Big Dog.
Thank you to all you guys for hanging out with us. Big thank you to Alan for letting us borrow his distillery here. And sincerely, big thank you to all of my moderators. I got one more.
Hey, Steve. Steve.
He may no longer be in chat, but he's a regular, so we can catch him next week. All right, we'll make it work, guys. We'll make it work.
No, we're about to wrap it up, so you got to do your famous saying.
Yeah. All right, guys.
I got to hear it.
Wisdom from Big Al.
Well, if you smell it cooking, it's time to pull it off the grill.
Okay, let's get Steve's parting words of wisdom.
Come on, I got to hear it. I got to hear it, Steve.
What you gonna get tired of that?
No.
Yeah.
Steve, you got to do it.
Come on, Steve. Parting words of wisdom from Steve Hall.
Please, Uncle Steve.
Before he goes live, I want to thank Steve for putting this together. He likes coming down to the Leatherwood Distillery. Me too.
We get to hang out with all the guys.
I know, man. I know. But I haven't gotten a chance to. All right. So, parting words of wisdom from Steve Hall.
Be without fear in the face of your enemies. Be brave and upright, that God may love thee. Because the path of the righteous man is beset on all sides by the iniquities of the selfish and the tyranny of evil men. Blessed is he who, in the name of charity
And goodwill.
to the people in Los Angeles and goodwill.
And he forgot the next line. Damn it, Steve.
Goodwill.
Damn it, you had a chance, dude.
Yeah, because I had to add that other bar. Charity,
I will
goodwill.
rain down.
No. Blessed is he who, in the name of charity, goodwill,
No, you don't get to start again.
shepherds the weak through the valley of darkness,
Steve. You didn't blow
because
it.
he is truly his brothers and sisters' keeper and the finder of lost children. And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to poison and destroy my sisters and my brothers. You will know that I am the Lord when I bring my vengeance upon thee.
All right. I'll take it away from him. I'll take it away from him. I'll take it away from him. All right, guys.
He means it.
Hey, I mean it. All right. Yeah. Sarah, thank you for coming, love. We appreciate it. All right, guys. Yeah, it's been great tonight. I am not going to be here next Tuesday. I will be at SHOT Show. No live stream next Tuesday. I will see you guys a week after that. Y'all take care and shoot straight.
Coming right there.